And he like, yo, did he really tell this dude what next season? Ninja?
Sometimes power struggles kick off in the most unexpected places, like one favor gone wrong or a single betrayal that spirals into something far greater than anyone imagined. Right now, it's not just about money or who said what. It's a tangled web of loyalty, revenge, and rumors that could rewrite everything we thought we knew.
I was like, oh, what is Snoop doing that? Like that, because I'm just flashing through at different points in the Olympics. So certain parts of the Olympics that don't really have me excited.
Today, we're diving deep into the dramatic world of Big Meech, his son Lil Meech, 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather, and Charleston White, a collision of towering personalities and shocking allegations that refuse to stay under the radar. But here's the real kicker. Each twist in this story reveals another layer of hidden motives and questionable alliances. By the time you reach the end, you might be rethinking who's truly loyal and who's been double-crossing each other from the start. So buckle up, because what comes next will challenge every assumption you've got about street loyalty, entertainment power plays, and the high stakes behind celebrity alliances.
That's no noise, man. No noise. When you just feel a sharp pain in your, like you like sharp pain in your back, you know you're in the wrong place. You wasn't supposed to be in that yard.
The Black Mafia family, commonly known as BMF, soared to national attention years ago when its founders made their mark through alleged under-the-table dealings in Detroit and beyond. At the forefront was Demetrius Big Meech Flannery, whose name carried the weight of an entire organization. In certain circles, he was legendary, depicted as a mastermind who could juggle networking, profits, and loyalty, all while earning near-mythical status on the streets. BMF wasn't just a group, it was an emblem of power, hustle, and community influence, both revered and feared. But Big Meech's story took a drastic turn when accusations surfaced, leading to a major legal takedown that sent him behind bars.
You know, he's posturing himself this way so he doesn't have to give his relatives money.
I'm a man of the people, Curtis.
From that point, much of his public narrative shifted from unstoppable mogul to a man fighting for redemption in the eyes of the world. His incarceration sparked endless discussions. Was he just another cautionary tale of what happens when a street empire gets too big? Or was he a scapegoat for a system that punishes certain kinds of success more harshly than others? Debate raged on, and with Big Meech stuck in a cell, rumors began swirling about how the family would cope without its figurehead. What truly kept the name BMF alive over the years was a mixture of legends and new school fans intrigued by the hype.
I haven't forgotten my humble roots on a dirt road in South Carolina.
That's a good time to remember when your family's asking you. You're like, no, I was on a dirt road. How much do you want?
This interest was rekindled every few months as new controversies surfaced. Would Big Meech ever get a fair shake, or did the world still see him as the kingpin who needed permanent locking away? Despite countless interviews, social media posts, and fan theories, the real complexities behind Big Meech's life stayed murky until a certain Queens-born rapper decided to turn the BMF story into something more than just rumor and speculation. And that's where the stakes jump to another level, because the next chapter brings a major power player into the picture.
Because I don't think that it matters who's making more money. I think it matters the terms of the relationship, how you get involved in it, right? Because I think friendship is the strongest form of a relationship.
Someone who doesn't hesitate to rewrite the script if it suits his ambition. Keep watching to see how 50 Cent's arrival changed everything, for better or worse. Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson isn't just a music icon. He's built a reputation as a masterful entrepreneur capable of spotting lucrative opportunities before anyone else. When he set his sights on the BMF saga, he saw more than a gritty street tale. He envisioned a sprawling TV phenomenon that could capture the ups, downs, betrayals, and glamour associated with the Flannery legacy, something that hadn't quite been done before on mainstream television. From the moment 50 Cent announced the BMF series, it was clear he planned to approach it with the same intensity he brought to his rap career. He wasn't merely after sensational headlines. He wanted to build a narrative that gave viewers an intimate look at the pressures and personalities within that world. To do that, he needed someone who embodied the energy of Big Meech from day one.
You know, that's why you have friends since first grade, and people place standards. You know what you should ask a person? You should ask them where their concept of a relationship is coming from.
Enter Lil Meech, Big Meech's son, who'd grown up seeing firsthand the weight his father's name carried. Lil Meech had no prior acting experience, but 50 saw potential in him. According to various insiders, 50 invested serious resources into helping Lil Meech develop the craft, funding acting classes, teaching him the discipline needed on set, and even providing fatherly guidance about how to handle the sudden spotlight. Imagine the leap from living under your father's towering reputation to stepping into a leading TV role under the watchful eye of a global audience. The personal growth required was immense, but 50 was there to facilitate it. For a while, everything seemed aligned. Big Meech's son was about to star in a successful series that could reshape his dad's legacy and maybe secure Lil Meech's future in Hollywood. Then the storyline behind the scenes grew complicated. Rumors hinted Lil Meech was dealing with personal struggles, like partying too hard, drifting into questionable habits, and sometimes clashing with the obligations that come with leading a major TV show. Through it all, 50 was reportedly bailing him out of small-scale troubles and mentoring him like a second father figure. Publicly, their bond looked rock solid. Privately, cracks began to form, fueled by misunderstandings and alleged outside influences. But if there's one thing 50 Cent doesn't forgive easily, it's disloyalty, and the next development in this saga tested exactly how far Lil Meech's loyalty could stretch. Stick around, because what happens next drags another heavyweight name into the fray, and the betrayal that follows sends shockwaves through the entire project. Even before the BMF show came to life, Rick Ross had stoked fans' imaginations by referencing Big Meech in his music. "I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover," he once famously rapped, planting that name firmly in hip-hop history. But the relationship between Rick Ross and Big Meech was never as straightforward as a single lyric would suggest. Some said Ross was capitalizing on Meech's infamy to boost his own brand, while others believed the two had an unspoken understanding. Meech's legend made for captivating lyrics, and Ross's star power drew attention to BMF's story. Tensions erupted once rumors emerged that Big Meech had linked up with Rick Ross after stepping back into the public eye.
Because if the concept is coming from tradition, then it may not naturally match up with the way we live right now. We live in non-traditional times. It's modern times.
The real controversy, many people, especially 50 Cent, viewed this move as a betrayal. Why would Meech team up with a man perceived to be one of 50's long-standing rivals? The intricacies went beyond personal relationships. Money was allegedly involved, and it seemed Big Meech might have needed some financial cushion upon release. Cushion that Ross was willing to provide. That alone caused a stir, but it was Lil Meech's involvement that magnified everything tenfold. Lil Meech, after all, had been enjoying the fruits of 50 Cent's generosity, acting classes, a starring role, exposure to the entertainment industry, even direct financial assistance. So when word got out that Lil Meech and Big Meech were hanging out with Rick Ross and possibly discussing deals, it struck many as the ultimate slap in the face. According to people close to 50, he felt blindsided, especially considering how much he had invested, both emotionally and financially, into lifting the Flannery family while Big Meech was still locked up. Some fans even called it the worst kind of two-faced behavior, while others argued Meech needed to do whatever it took to support himself and his family. The drama continued to escalate on social media. Lil Meech posted pictures with Rick Ross and later with Floyd Mayweather, another individual with a long, complicated feud against 50 Cent. One snapshot might not have meant much, but repeated images and friendly captions looked like a direct jab at the man who had poured time and money into Lil Meech's success. Suddenly, lines were drawn in the sand. Team 50 or Team Meech? And which side was Rick Ross truly on? Was it just about business, or was he deliberately riling up an old nemesis? Before you jump to conclusions, there's a second bombshell waiting to explode, because the moment Floyd Mayweather steps onto this stage, we enter a whole new realm of celebrity feuds, one that pushes every boundary and forces everyone to pick sides. Stay tuned, because it's about to get even more complicated. Floyd Money Mayweather and 50 Cent once seemed inseparable, like a boxing rap power duo that had each other's backs no matter what. Floyd's undefeated streak in the ring paralleled 50's unstoppable climb on the charts. And
I took him to, because I was tied up on the day, I took him to like the Sugar Factory.
Is that a strip club?
It's something like that. It's almost like that for kids.
For a while, they moved together through nightclubs, events, and even magazine covers. Then in what felt like the blink of an eye, their friendship unraveled. Some say it was business disagreements over boxing promotions. Others claim it was all about money, ego, or allegations of Floyd not repaying certain investments. The fallout between Floyd and 50 Cent was vicious. Both men hurled accusations. 50 Cent mocked Floyd's literacy, while Floyd took aim at 50's personal life, career, and finances. Subtle jabs turned into public spectacles, with each man determined to one-up the other in front of millions of followers. Their feud turned into a hallmark of how quickly brotherhood can dissolve in the fast lane of stardom. Now imagine how 50 felt seeing Lil Meech and Big Meech posing arm in arm with Floyd at bowling alleys and basketball games. In a world where loyalty is everything, that was like stepping on 50's pride, especially after he had literally funded and guided the BMF series from the ground up. Observers wondered if Floyd was just being friendly or if he was deliberately fueling 50's outrage. After all, Floyd Mayweather is known for his mind games. He's a strategist in and out of the boxing ring, often playing mental chess to keep himself one step ahead of opponents. Add to the puzzle the prospect of Floyd possibly leveraging his vast resources to support Big Meech and Lil Meech financially. Could Floyd be offering the same kind of financial backing 50 once did, thereby usurping 50's role in the Flannery story and further cementing a wedge between them? Many fans suspect that Floyd's involvement has less to do with genuine concern for Big Meech's well-being and more to do with an opportunity to taunt and humiliate 50, who had built significant goodwill around the BMF brand. Yet the clash of these titans isn't just about fists and finances. Another voice entered the mix, and his outspoken take on the entire situation rocked the boat further. Up next, we bring Charleston White into this swirling storm of alliances, allegations, and unyielding grudges. And once you hear what he has to say, you might start to question the very ground these celebrities are standing on. Charleston White is the type of figure who ignites controversy wherever he goes. Known for his unfiltered takes and willingness to say the unsayable, he has a knack for stepping on toes and refusing to apologize.
But it's you know, it got all of the candy, all of the colors.
Oh, it's a candy store. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
They got food.
Even that's confusing, the candy store thing, yeah.
When he recently weighed in on the Big Meech, Lil Meech, and 50 Cent saga, people expected typical Charleston White shock value, but what they got was a nuanced stance that left almost everyone both offended and intrigued. On the one hand, Charleston dismissed rumors that Big Meech ever snitched, pointing out that there's no definitive paperwork to prove such allegations. He criticized folks for turning hearsay into fact, especially those claiming Big Meech orchestrated cunning moves against associates while locked up. Yet in the same breath, Charleston sided with 50 Cent's frustration, stating that if he were in 50's position, having invested so much in Lil Meech's success, he'd feel equally betrayed. Why, after all, would Lil Meech go running to adversaries like Rick Ross or Floyd Mayweather, especially when 50 had been the one offering him a financial and creative lifeline? This stance resonated with some fans who argued that Charleston hit the nail on the head. Loyalty should count for something, and 50 Cent had every right to speak up if he felt used. Others accused Charleston of stirring the pot, fanning the flames of conflict between Big Meech and 50 by rehashing the betrayal narrative. If there's one thing Charleston White loves, it's airing out controversies in a way that leaves no participant unscathed. But Charleston's outspokenness came with real consequences. Rumors started circulating that Floyd Mayweather was getting fed up with Charleston's constant commentary. Some even suggested Floyd might leverage his connections to have Charleston handled, not necessarily in any violent sense, but possibly by nudging legal or social media clampdowns against him. Charleston, for his part, refused to back down, insisting he'd never be intimidated into silence. The big question now is how these five personalities, Big Meech, Lil Meech, 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather, and Charleston White, will continue to clash or reconcile. Will Charleston double down or soften his stance? Will Floyd escalate his feud with 50 by boosting Big Meech's brand? Keep watching, because the ramifications of these tangled alliances are just beginning to show their full impact, and it only gets more surprising from here. When the dust settles in any celebrity feud, the real aftermath often reveals itself through canceled contracts, broken friendships, and massive shifts in public perception. In this case, the repercussions appear to be stacking up faster than anyone can handle. For starters, there's the BMF show itself. Originally pitched as a multi-season exploration of Big Meech's empire,
It's not one of those things that you play. Like, you can play basketball, football, but you don't want to play boxing.
Yeah, but I do, well, and also I never looked like that. So So, how did you get into boxing?
It seemed unstoppable, but the tension between 50 and the Flannerys has cast a shadow over its future. If 50 decides to permanently sever ties with Lil Meech, the show risks losing its centerpiece, and possibly the rights to continue using Big Meech's story. Beyond the realm of scripted entertainment, the real-life brand of BMF might be taking hits too. Big Meech has been trying to move past old controversies, but being seen as disloyal to someone as influential as 50 Cent doesn't help. On the flip side, supporters of Meech argue that he should be free to collaborate with anyone, including old acquaintances like Rick Ross. Why, they say, should he be bound to 50's narrative just because 50 helped Lil Meech break into acting? Money, however, tells a different story. Deals and opportunities in Hollywood can dry up fast if a producer with 50's clout decides you're off limits. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather's role in all this extends beyond petty social media posts. If he's genuinely offering financial support or business mentorship to the Flannerys, that partnership could catapult Lil Meech into new ventures that overshadow the BMF series altogether. From endorsements to brand expansions, Floyd knows how to market himself and his allies. But if his real motive is to poke at 50 and remind the world who's boss, the partnership might not have the depth Big Meech hopes for. After all, Floyd's track record of feuds suggests he thrives on public spectacle, winning each round with precise psychological jabs. And then there's Charleston White, whose voice carries weight among a segment of fans who appreciate his blunt honesty. He might not have the same global brand recognition as a Mayweather or a 50 Cent, but in the age of viral clips, Charleston's statements can shift public opinion. If Charleston continues to label Big Meech and Lil Meech as ungrateful for 50's help, public sympathy might lean 50's way, jeopardizing any moral high ground Meech hoped to retain. Still, the drama isn't over until the final chapter plays out, and as of now, no one seems ready to drop their swords. Will it end in handshakes and renewed alliances, or will everyone walk away worse off? Brace yourself, because the conclusion might surprise you in more ways than one. After all this upheaval, one might wonder, is there any path to peace among these high-profile personalities who once showed signs of mutual respect? On one level, the entire spectacle feels like a cautionary tale about mixing loyalty, money, and fame.
I didn't do well in group sports.
Oh, see, we're opposite. I love a
Yeah,
group sport.
I like to be where if I lose, it's my fault. Not that I know exactly why we lost, because you couldn't guard your man.
A volatile cocktail that often ends in betrayal and bad blood. On another level, it underscores the power of storytelling. Whether it's 50 Cent filming a hit series, Floyd Mayweather taking strategic photo ops, or Charleston White dropping unfiltered commentary, each person crafts a narrative that can sway public opinion for or against Big Meech. In the end, maybe the real lesson is that empires, street empires or media ones, are rarely built without friction, and they seldom crumble quietly. Big Meech's legacy has become a battlefield for personal grudges and brand power plays. Lil Meech stands at the crossroads of old and new alliances, uncertain if he should honor what 50 did for him or embrace the fresh opportunities from his father's other connections. And Charleston White, true to his style, seems determined to keep all these figures accountable, no matter how influential they are. What do you think will happen next? Will 50 Cent and Big Meech ever reconcile, or is the damage too severe? Will Floyd Mayweather truly stand by Meech's side, or is this just another move in his ongoing chess match against 50? One thing's for sure, these alliances and rivalries aren't mere tabloid fodder. They're shaping reputations, careers, and possibly even the future of the BMF narrative itself. Stay alert, because the ripples from this feud might continue far beyond any single show or Instagram post, and the next surprise twist is only one headline away. And with that, we conclude the most explosive chapters in this ongoing saga. But don't be fooled into thinking it's truly over. Keep your eyes open, because in this game, the final showdown has yet to reveal itself.